How would you describe Beat for the Rhino to someone who's never listened? In one sentence.
Musically unbelievable. It's going to blow your fucking mind.
I've heard that about your live show. It's just insane. Literally everyone. Like,
you gonna watch us later?
Yeah, definitely. Like, you're basically the reason I came.
Really? No, don't say that. Okay.
Okay, so your new album, The Show and the Sound, I love it, it's
Thank
great.
you very much.
What I really like about you guys is that you're not like typical hardcore, like you can hear the different musical influences a lot in your music, and I feel like you can hear that a lot in the new album, like the singing and stuff. What influenced that direction? Because I think it does sound a lot different.
I think, okay. In an unoffensive way. Is it unoffensive way? Right, okay. In an unoffensive way. I don't really class as a hardcore band, never really have. But like a heavy rock band. Like, influentially, I mean, like, basically, we're influenced by ourselves, we're influenced by what we've done in music so far, you know, like, obviously there's a lot of other bands that, you know, we are influenced by, we listen to music for a long time, we listen to rock, we listen to pop, Spice Girls, all that sort of stuff, so everything's rolled into one.
Oh yeah, big time.
No, I mean, like, there's so many influences. This album really, I've heard that question a lot about this album. This album's not about our influences. We wrote this album on our hunch. We wrote it. It's more personal to us.
Yeah. I'm going to interject there as well. I think the biggest influence on the album was us not caring anymore. Yeah. That was really the biggest change. It was just us going, just going to write an album that we want to write.
Not trying to sound like
anything. Try anything. Just going to do what we want to do.
I feel like a lot of metalcore and like hardcore bands have started to do that. Like Bring the Horizon and Seventh Eternal. Yeah. Like, that's completely different.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think that's an incredible album.
Of the year, I think.
Like, for me, that was one of my standout albums I've listened to in the last sort of like year.
And funnily enough, I think probably, like in all seriousness, that them doing that had a profound effect on us because we actually we did their release tour with them on the album. We played 4 shows with them when they released Seventh Eternal, and talking to them and seeing their attitudes and kind of actually going, we just wanted to write, we just want to write good music. And the way they approached it was different to anything I've ever seen a band do. They didn't just go, oh, we're just going to do this. They were actually like, no, we're going to do it and we're going to commit to it 100%. I think that rubbed off on us a little bit.
Yeah, like watching them, like they're great.
They're amazing.
They're great musicians. They're really good at what they do.
Yeah.
And I think the album really shows that off for them. So you know,
it's like they've incorporated like dubstep into their music, and like I said, a lot of metalcore and hardcore bands have started to do that. Do you think it's because that's the direction that this generation of like hardcore and metalcore bands are taking, or do you think it's in order to get
I'm not really too sure with that. I mean, Oz is much better to answer that question, but for me personally, I think it's all down to the band. I mean, it's not something that we would sort of incorporate in our music.
I think there's 2 camps. I think there's camps that genuinely want to do something different and try and push boundaries, and I think there's what happens is that creates a thing. I think we're in a time now where you do have like trailblazing bands, but you also have 100 to the 1 that want to follow and just see that it's like almost cash cow. So I think you've got to be careful with like trends like putting in dubstep into music. Not that I have a problem with it, I think it's great, but like, you know, if you're doing that, then you've got to understand that you've got to be. But I think that's about us. There's no pressure on us to be a certain way, or it wasn't like, oh right, we've got to have singing. It's just like we've had singing since our first album. It's just done in a different way, you know. Like Lee was singing on our first record, he's always sung like. So for us, we're just not. We actively disassociate with any scene or any trend. Kind of, you know. We're trying to do our own thing. I think we've always have done, and I think we've just got better at being more individual, and I think that's probably why our album comes out.
We want to set standards to ourselves, not set standards to other bands like that we're trying to be like. It's just not in our makeup.
Because I think, is it fair to say that your new album has been your most album? You said that Mr. Red Eye is like, you're so incredibly like proud of that.
Yeah.
Do you think The Show and the Sound is your greatest effort?
Oh, absolutely.
I think musically it's our greatest effort. I mean, like I don't know.
It feels like it's been well received, but I can't really. It's so hard to say because, as I said, it's kind of like how can you gauge it? How can you measure it? You can't really. You just kind of people seem to enjoy it. I think the good thing is the first album no one has any expectations because it's your first record, so everyone, that was really well received. The second album had incredible expectations on it, and I think we made made up for the expectations of some people and not for other people. So with this third record now, I think people just almost didn't know what to expect, and we brought it out and everyone went, fuck, okay, that's what this is then. And so yeah, like Lee said, we really don't do it for that, we really just done it for ourselves. So I think we've surpassed our own expectations for the album. I certainly have. And that means, that means
that's what matters. So Heavy gave you the opportunity to play the main stage of the festival in 2010, 2011 and 2012. Do you think that played like a main role in your rapid success?
It's definitely played a part of it, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't say it was...
I don't know if we've had a rapid success.
I think you guys have. Like,
I was wondering if Lee was going to let you get away with that.
No, I've watched loads of interviews with you guys, and you mentioned Heavy like quite a fair bit.
It's been a huge...
You guys are from Kent, right?
Yeah, I mean, I live there.
Yeah.
I live in Folkestone.
He lives in that tree.
In that valley, actually. It's my travelling home.
Yeah.
I mean,
I mean, you know, Heavy is a festival that basically it come about and a lot of people took a lot of notice of it straight away.
Yeah.
And then big bands were playing it pretty much straight away.
Yeah.
So to be amongst a crop with a growing festival of big interest to a lot of bigger bands on the outside, for us was an amazing achievement. I mean, 2010 we opened the main stage.
Yeah.
And we were nobody, man. I mean, literally, we wasn't even able to pull our pants up, let alone pull a Craggs. You know what I mean? Like, and for us to walk on a main stage in front of, there must have been I don't know, 1,000 people there, and people turn around and go, who's this band? You know, and
so
then walk away.
I think it did make.
But it done that every time we played because the crowds were bigger each year that we played, and we were lucky. The third time we played, we wasn't. No, not the third time. The second time we played was an accident. Trash Talk pulled out, and we had to. We come in and played.
I think we're a house band now, though, for Heavy. I think they couldn't have Heavy Festival.
Without, no, I was about to say that actually.
We are the house band.
What would you say your favourite year of Heavy is?
2014.
Well, we haven't played this show yet, so.
Been positive.
Do you think it could be the best one yet?
For what?
You don't want to jinx it.
I don't know, man. I mean, the last time we played, 2012 was mega.
Yeah.
That was mental.
Oh no, I've heard.
2010 was insane. 2011 was probably I don't know. They were all. We haven't had a bad year.
Honestly, we haven't had a bad year, so we don't know yet.
Okay.
It's our first time in the tent.
Better live up to it, otherwise I will not be happy.
It's the first time we played in the tent at Heavy, so like,
I can imagine it's going to be insane.
Yeah, well, I hope so.
Yeah, no, I hope so too.
Even if it's not, we're just going to go insane ourselves. Even if it's 5 people watching us, we'll have fun.
So you played Download, Reading and Somerset. So what always brings you back to the most?
Oh man, we don't look at it like that. I mean, we're not a band that looks at any festival that invites us. We'd love to go and play. I mean, you know,
the best thing about being in a band is playing a festival. 100%.
Why?
The atmosphere, the crowd is different.
Because you're playing for the people who've never.
And I think we do really well at doing that. For some reason, I think we take that kind of challenge and pick up the kind of gambit.
The truth of the festival, man, is that for a band, you can get to go and play in front of like a good amount of people, and then you can go and get pissed up afterwards.
And watch the cool band.
And watch the cool band. And that's the dream come true.
I quite like whoever this is. It sounds mental. It sounds absolutely mental.
Have you seen Invasion?
I haven't seen anybody yet. I've seen High Hand. Good friends of mine. Yeah, amazing. Yeah, always good. Always good. I saw a bit of what's that band? Before I saw my session, doing things insane.
Empire.
Saw their guys for it for some reason. Last time I heard a guy sing like that was when I first saw Mallory Knox's live. You know, so
not me in the shower.
That's a given. Let's not talk about us in the shower together.
This makes me want to camp.
It's really good, no, it is.
Sounds like someone's gone mental on a camera. Going through the sound bank. I want to go and have dance.
Okay, second to last question. You guys have supported pretty big names in the UK rock scene, like Horizon, obviously. But if you could pick any band to play alongside
Black Sabbath.
There's two for me that I would
likely.
Deftones, I think that would be such a good tour if we could make that happen.
Yeah, I mean that's hopefully more realistic.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, as a dream band.
Oh, right, okay, yeah. In terms of realistic bands,
Setting the bar high here.
Okay, yeah, you did. Yeah, I can't really beat Black Sabbath, but yeah, Deftones I think would be a really good match-up of the bands. Dillinger Escape Plan, I would love to do that because they can kick our ass every night. I think it's nice to go and feel like you're having their pants pulled down every night. It makes you a better band. So yeah, I'd love that.
It's a pleasure to watch you kick our ass every night.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what it would be.
But I smack my lovers, I leave the room.
We've kind of like we've actually kind of got to know those guys a little bit through festivals and various kind of music industry people, and they're kind of aware of us and we're aware of them. So who knows, it might happen, but that would be awesome.
Okay, so what does 2015
Not done with 2040, yeah, bloody
I was going to ask that. I was going to say, what do you have in store after and then 2015?
Well, we're in the cycle. We're not going to do no more writing yet. We're just going to go with it. We're going to go and play more. We want to go and play some shows.
We want to get what I'd like to see is kind of maybe a slightly higher profile tour again, possibly Europe. Or did it just hit back?
Iron Black Sabbath? No!
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Well, that interview's over. We're done.
Okay.
We're done. One play, let's go.
Iron Black Sabbath. I'm sorry.
It's fine. It's fine.
Right,
it's made it more interesting.